Thank you for watching WISD TV and welcome to the site of the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy. My name is Dale Caffey. I'm pleased to be joined by Donna McKethan. She is the Director of College and Career Readiness at Waco ISD. And Donna, what a dream come true this is for you and for Waco ISD and for a lot of the businesses in town.
Oh, yes, it is a dream come true, Dale. This is going to be the site of the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy, which will be a multi-school district facility for training our future workforce.
Talk about the workforce that we're going to start training next fall.
Next fall, we're going to start with two programs, which will be advanced metal manufacturing and also welding. This summer, we spent a lot of time going and visiting member partners, and we saw what the needs were. And every place we went to, they had openings for precision metal manufacturers, and they had job openings for welders. So we decided that was going to be our first opening focus.
And of course, behind you, we can see the marquee, but let's talk a little bit about where we are right now.
We are at the site of the former Doris Miller Elementary School. In the consolidation, this was one of the buildings that was closed. It was a perfect location for us because not only does it have a detached gym that we can create a welding shop out of, but it was also very accessible to other school districts to bring their students here.
Great. In just a moment, we're going to walk behind the campus where that gym is, which will be a future manufacturing facility. But talk a little bit about the teamwork that's gone into making this all possible.
Well, we have started with the Business League, and the Business League wanted to focus on this particular advanced manufacturing, and then so we started pulling in businesses from all over Waco that hire these folks, and they've come together in a huge collaboration. The Wallace Group is our lead architect, and then Masonic Construction. A lot of them have donated their time to this. Also, some of the drafting and the preparation of the building has been done by Capstone Mechanical and Lockwood Priest, all bringing together their expertise to make this possible. TSTC has been a part of it. They're actually designing the tables that the students will do their welding on, and Time Manufacturing is donating the metal for that to be done. It's just been this huge collaboration that just gets bigger and bigger, and the sky's the limit for what we can do.
Very, very exciting. A lot of collaboration here. And let's walk behind the building to the gymnasium, which will be the future site of the Welding Manufacturing Center. Well, Donna, it still looks like an elementary gymnasium right now, but not for long.
Not for long, Dale. Welcome to the new location of our Advanced Manufacturing Welding Shop.
Wow. What's going to take place here?
We're going to have both the welding shop will be here, as well as some of the machine that they use in advanced precision metal manufacturing.
Okay, and I see one of our career counselors over here, Marcus Walker. How you doing, Marcus?
How you doing?
What brings you out today?
I'm actually here. We just got bids for the building, and we're surveying, making sure that everything's ready for the construction to start.
Donna, won't you talk a little bit about Marcus's involvement, because he's been your right-hand man, so to speak.
My right-hand man. This is a big project that we're taking on, and so Marcus has been my right hand, so that when we went on these tours, he was there with me to interview these companies to see what they needed, so that when he goes out to recruit students, he can talk to them firsthand of what he saw.
And Marcus, talk a little bit about that recruiting, because it's not only recruiting Waco ISD students, you're going to be going out to communities surrounding Waco.
Absolutely. Last October, we met with a group of counselors from the contiguous school districts, and we gave them a recruitment package that talked about how to recruit kids from manufacturing and what kids they need to be looking for and the types of students that we're looking for at the academy.
Talk to me a little bit about your excitement in all of this, because you look like you just can't wait for this thing to get started.
Right. As a former graduate of Waco ISD, I live and breathe career in technology, working with Donna in Donna's department. We love the idea of giving kids hands-on experiences, and what better than to put a welding stick in a kid's hand to tell them to begin to weld. So we're really excited.
Very exciting. Donna, talk a little bit about some of the changes aesthetically that will take place inside this basically cracker box gymnasium, if you will.
Well, one of the most exciting things, and one of the big things you'll see, is right in front of us is this wall that will become an overhead door. We have to bring in large pieces of metal in for the students to work on, and so that will actually be the forklift. They'll drive their forklift in, and then behind you will be the actual places where the welding tables are. And it's kind of in a U shape so that the teacher can walk down the middle and supervise. We're actually putting in special things because these are high school students, and so they will actually have concrete walls, so it's like little cubbies for each of the areas, and then that protects the eyes, and then there'll be a curtain to keep when they're working to keep other people from hurting their eyes when they're watching them. So they'll be able to walk up and down that area. And then behind me will be the area where we have some of our cutting tables, the things like that, and also the CNC mills for precision metal manufacturing.
And Marcus, from the way Donna is describing this, if I or somebody from the community wants to come in and see what the children are doing, they'd be able to do that and actually observe.
Absolutely. The plans are that the school is open to anybody who wants to come and visit. It'll be open all day. Even members of the community who want to come in and visit, they can as well.
And now, the students will come in here for part of the day, and it's my understanding they're going to be punching a time clock even.
That's correct. We set up this just like our companies, and that was one of the things that Marcus and I learned this summer was what it's like to be in a business, because we need to give our students the expectation of what will be expected of them once they go to work. So actually to get into the program, they'll be drug tested just like they do when they get a job someday. And then they'll arrive here, they'll punch a time clock, they'll go to their first class, they'll have a break just like in a manufacturing business. They'll punch a time clock to have their break, punch back in to go to class, and then punch out at the end of the day. Also, not only that, but we're going to do things just like the companies. Our discipline policy will be the same as they are at the companies. So this is the way it goes. It's kind of a 4-strike system. There's a verbal warning, okay, Dale, you know, this we can't have this behavior. And then the second time there'll be a written warning, Dale, this is our expectations, you're not meeting them. The third time, you will sit out for a day. Now, in the companies, you would go home for a day, but we want them to come. That day will be pretty intensive behavior redirection, and then 4th strike, you go back to your home campus. So we don't expect anyone to ever get to 4, but we want that in place so the students understand that our expectations are the same expectations that companies will have for them.
And students will be in here where they're actually doing their welding, Marcus, but also I believe there's some classrooms in the Doris Miller or the former Doris Miller portion of this building that are going to be used. Talk about those.
Yes, sir. There are 7 classrooms that are built for instruction. 4 will be for the math science classes and their lab space. And there also will be instructional facilities for the welding and precision metal as well.
Great. Well, Marcus, we're going to let you continue to take your before pictures so that we can have before pictures when the after pictures happen. Donna and I will walk into the main classroom wing that's going to be renovated very soon, and so we'll see you in just a minute.
Let's go.
Okay, Donna, here we are at a classroom that still looks very elementary at the former Doris Miller site, but not for long.
Not for long. Soon this will be transformed into a high school classroom. We have all these sponsors, and a part of our group with the board, our proposal is to remodel these classrooms to be high school classrooms.
Talk about some of the coursework that will be done inside these classrooms.
Well, there'll be some classrooms that will be for the welding because obviously they won't be in the shop all the time. So some of the instruction will take place. There'll be classrooms for that. In addition, students will be taking their math and science. If they're a junior, they're going to take Algebra 2, and they're also going to take a class called Principles of Technology, which is a hands-on physics class. Those 2 courses, of course, have the end-of-course exams that are associated with them, so that's a real big responsibility. But we believe that we'll be able to go to the welding shop and give them examples of those 2 classes so that'll come alive for the kids. And Baylor University has offered to come help us in tutoring for those students that are struggling in their sciences. Now, if they're a senior, they will take a math class for technicians that will get them ready to actually go out and work in their job, which will be like a hands-on math class. Then they're going to take rocketry so that they'll be able to apply for their sciences, their senior science. They'll be able to apply what they're doing out there to launch a rocket, which is a program we already have at Waco ISD, but we'll be able to offer it to our surrounding school districts. So we're excited about that.
Wonderful. I know that there are dozens and dozens of people to thank. Can you even begin to think about the list?
The list is very long, but I'm going to touch on some of our really big ones, and then maybe we can run something where we can see all of them. But we start out with Charlie Olson, was one of the early leads in this with the Business League. He's the president of the Business League this year, and so the Business League really was supported with Charlie's support. Some of our other sponsors include CMC Structural, Time Manufacturing, Timco, TSTC, Lockridge Priest, Capstone Mechanical, Vantram, Masonic Construction, Manitou, the Greater Waco Chamber of Commerce, Elixir, Sturdy Steel, Caterpillar, Central Texas Ironworks, SpaceX, and the Wallace Group.
Wow, Donna, that's quite a list, and it's my understanding that many, if not all of these businesses are going to be coming in from time to time to teach the students some things about their manufacturing operations.
Well, not just that, Dale, but one of the most exciting components of this whole project is what we're calling Seminar Fridays. On Fridays, we're going to cover a huge variety of different topics, including getting their forklift license to drive a forklift, their OSHA training for safety. We're going to talk about what it means to have a checking account, how to buy a house, how to buy a car, how to get insurance. All of those things will happen on Fridays.
And where will that take place?
It's going to take place in what is now being called the commissary.
All right. That's the former lunchroom, I believe, here at Doris Miller. Let's go in there and see where these conferences are going to take place.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, Donna, it looks like you're getting ready for a garage sale. A lot of tables here, a lot of other objects, but it's my understanding that's not the case.
That is not the case at all. Dealt with all the construction and the consolidation that's been going on in our district. One of our goals was to be able to utilize the equipment and supplies that the district already had so that we're making the best use of taxpayers' dollars so that we don't have to buy all new stuff.
Great. Now, for those of you at home, we're in the former Doris Miller Elementary cafeteria. This is going to be turned into a commissary, and this will be where many of the students who will take their welding breaks, I guess.
That's correct. They'll have a break between classes just like they would if they were in a job. We'll have our own little system of monetary system so that they'll be able to earn dollars to come in the commissary, maybe have something to drink, and if they've been in the welding shop, they're probably going to need to refresh a little bit before they go to math class. So that'll be a time for them to break just like they would at a job. But on Fridays, this place will turn into our seminar day. Mm-hmm. That day will be designed by the principal of this academy. It will include all sorts of things, some of the things we've already talked about, but also there'll be some tutoring, there'll be some training. Really, the mind is the team building. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's one of the things our businesses really wanted for our kids because a lot of times you can train them to do a skill, but if they don't understand how the business world works and what the expectations are, then students struggle when they get out on their own.
There has been a lot of in-kind support and a lot of actual dollar financial support to make this a reality.
It really has. And you know, we have to give a shout out to Dr. Kane because she has been extremely supportive. You know, she brought all the superintendents in the area together that started this ball rolling and really have to thank her for that leadership. We also want to thank the leadership of Willard Steele, who is the CEO of American Bank. He is leading up our fundraising events. A lot of the companies, we've already gotten a lot of in-kind money, but a lot of these companies are offering their services at no charge. The Wallace Group, Masonic Construction, they're doing all of this work to build the community up. And so we want to not only thank them, but also use the taxpayers' dollars so that we are truly having a community effort with the fundraising.
It's a very exciting time. I know that not a lot has taken place right now, but that's going to change very quickly. We just got back from the Christmas holidays. We're taping this in January. We're going to try to come back every 4 to 6 weeks to see the progress, and it's my understanding that it won't be long before they start breaking ground, so to speak, on these new facilities.
Right. We got the bids are all in, and we've gotten our maximum price and all of those legal things that mean the dream is coming true. Mm-hmm. And so that will start right away. And we should see something very exciting next time we're here.
Great. Congratulations, Donna McKethan. We'll be talking to you now until the fall when the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy opens for the first time.
Yes, sir, and I can't wait. Thank you so much for coming and joining us today.
Okay, and thank you for joining us here from the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy. My name is Dale Caffey, and thank you for watching WISD TV and WISD, where there are learners today, leaders tomorrow.